What's going on? I'll be Fitness Gaming, and you see the title of the video. You know why you're here. Domain Zoo featuring Siege Rhino. About to get ready for the gym. Drinking my pre-workout. Let's get into the deck tech here, make the changes we made. So Siege Rhino is a card that I've been messing with on and off. It's always been pretty good. And I like it. It reminds me of when I first started getting heavily into Modern. I was playing Birthing Pod, and Siege Rhino got printed shortly after. And despite the stories that you hear, the rumor on the streets, the real reason they got rid of Birthing Pod was because of Siege Rhino. Let's just be real. This card was busted, along with Kitchen Finks into Siege Rhinos into Restoration Angels. Like, the deck went from being a combo deck to just being a mid-range grindy deck that was very hard to deal with. So one of my favorite cards, one of my pet cards, along with Wild Nacatl and Knight of the Reliquary. I can't find room to slam my Knight of the Reliquary in here, but we have room for Siege Rhino and Wild Nacatl. We're adding a 22nd land in the Cradle of Growth. You can also use a Misty Rainforest or Arid Mesa, or even a basic island. I think that Cradle of Growth is better than all three of those other options. I mean, there is another option to add another Triumph, the Jeskai one, especially if you're playing Wrenn and Six, because of the cycling effect. But, you know, whatever. This is what we're using right now. So the deck is straightforward. We have our Stubborn Denials, our Lightning Bolts, our Tribal Flames, our 2 Remands. I still think this card is really good. And then we have, of course, our Leyline Bindings, Brawlers, Kavus, Scions, and of course, the man of the hour, Siege Rhino. Jegantha is the companion. Our sideboard 2, Veil of Summers, Wear and Tear, Dromoka's Command, Prismatic Ending. That's been pretty good. 2 Teferis, and we are trying out 2 Wrenn and Sixes. I like pairing Wrenn and Six with Siege Rhino in the main, but for the purpose of this video, we're going to have it in the sideboard. It is a good card to bring in against those more grindy matchups. I like the combination of Wrenn and Six and Siege Rhino. It gives you a better late and mid game, so we have that for that. All Consume, and then Rest in Peace. So let's go ahead and jump into a game here. Opponent concedes immediately. He must have somehow seen that we have Siege Rhino on our deck and says, you know what, I don't want all that smoke. I don't want all that smoke. Wild Nacatl, Siege Rhinos, this guy, that's not the type of life that I want to live. That's what he said himself. He got off. Alright, let's see here. Okay. That's a decent hand. It's decent. We don't have our Wild Nacatl, but what can we say? We're going to keep this. 4 lands is a little heavy, but, you know, it is what it is. Burn? Okay, it's burn. Burn it is. Alright, so we have to protect our life total here. So let's go ahead and just grab this, and then we can play a forest. Then have have a 4/4. I kind of wish we had an island. The other option, we could have grabbed the Triome, the Zagoth. No, we can't do that. We cannot do that. Alright. I was going to say, do we shock this in? I think we just shock this in, and it is what it is, right? Because I was going to say we grab the Zagoth, then we're going to have blue and green, but then we fetch a plains with this. But then we can't cast this. I think this is fine. I mean, we have to have... Now we're good, right? Because now we can just play the Cradle, and we can use these as forests if we'd like. But now we have access to Remand, and we have access to the Leyline Binding. There it is. There it is. Searing Blaze. Not the worst. I would assume that the opponent has a loaded hand here, because they could have just attacked and then Searing Blaze. Sure, they would have lost, but we would have lost our Kavu. So I have to assume that their hand is loaded with gas. Riftbolt. Ooh, that's a nice target for Remand. Alright, so we're going to... We're just going to go ahead and take this, because we need to start getting it in. We need to get in there and do some damage. And then we're going to Remand the Riftbolt. Discard this. Get another one. It's not bad. Ain't bad. Ain't bad. Siege Rhino not bad in this matchup. Lightning Helix. Wouldn't mind getting a Siege Rhino here. We will have to shock a land in though, but that's fine. Oof. Okay. Okay. So we need blue for this. So we'll do red, green, Kavu. Let's see what the Kavu gets us here. Maybe we should have... Oops. Let's discard this. Not the best. Play this. We're going to have to stubborn denial this, and then they have two cards at hand. Hopefully it's nothing. I doubt it, but we can always pray and hope. We'll just F6 here and... Yep. Alright. So let's see. Main deck seems fine. This can prevent some damage here. I mean, I like our main deck. I can see Dromoka's command coming in. Let's just keep this. Burn is just one of those matchups where, like, I've played it before, and you guys see me play it, and I would say it's like a 50-50, you know, and we could dedicate some slots in the sideboard for burn, but it's like one of those matchups where, again, it's just 50-50. I think the Siege Rhino's fine. Not sure why the opponent conceded there. Let's go ahead and try to run one more game here. Good hand, good hand. We can go Temple Garden Nacatl into Kavu off Steam Vents, and then we can get our Triome land with the Flooded Strand. Or, actually we'll use the Flooded Strand to get the Temple Garden here. Wild Nacatl, aka the Green Delver. Yep. Don't worry, opponent, we have more. Jun colors. Uh-oh. Oh, snap. Yeah, we gotta get rid of that. Alright, I think we just stick to the plan here. You know what, let's get in for 5. I don't think they're gonna block. Need another red source. I don't think they're going to block. Let's get rid of the forest. Oh, that's not a bad one. Unfortunately, we do have to get rid of this. Another one, interesting. Okay, so this card's very annoying. We have to draw into some way to get rid of it. If we can get rid of it, we'll be in really good shape. Let's discard this. I mean, they could kill us, but I feel like they could have 2 lands and kill us, but we have to make them have it, right? There's nothing else we can do, really. The only other option was not shocking there, but and then ended up turn bolting, but I don't know. fetch land here could do 6. They can have 2 fetch lands, but they're playing something. Bloodbraid. What does this guy do? Whenever attacks, you may put a land card from your graveyard onto the battlefield tapped. Oof. Okay, could have been worse. Could have been untapped. Draw a card. So they're gonna put us to 6, and they can play a fetch land and kill us. Okay, they don't have a fetch land. Wrenn and Six. Ooh, and they don't have any lands in the graveyard. Or do they? No, they don't. Okay. That's good for us. Remand. Doesn't do much here. We're gonna pitch. I think we gotta pitch these, man. We need Tribal Flames or something. We're just gonna go in. We need some burn. Burn, baby, burn. This is a close match. So we're going to discard this. Ooh, ooh, baby. Yeah. Right what the doctor ordered. Okay. Alright, got there. This is good. These could be good. Remand not the best. I don't want to dilute our game plan too much. Gross. Can't keep this. Mulligan. Ooh. If the opponent's mulliganing as well, then it's not too bad for us. Alright, we can keep this, but what are we putting back? Are we putting back this forest and a tribal flames? Probably. Yeah, I think that's what we gotta do. So forest, tribal flames. Of course. What do we need here? We're gonna need. We need red and blue mainly. Let's just get the steam units here. I know, you know, we should fetch at the end of their turn or whatnot, give them less information, but at this point, just trying to save us some time here. Wrenn and Six, okay. Wrenn and Six could be a little annoying here. So we're going to have to... Do we just let the Wrenn live? I don't think so, because they can lightning bolt and ping it. I'm not sure what's all in their deck, but I have to assume that we have a... If we can keep them off a certain combination of cards, it's going to be hard for them to kill us. Might be Scape Shift, alright? I mean, we have the hand to beat them pretty fast. But if they are a Scape Shift deck, then, which is what it looks like, we could just be dead. Okay. They don't have Valakut, we're in good shape. We're in really good shape now. Depending what they have here. Terminate. Ugh. Let's cast this, right? Target. We could have, we could have just, yeah, it doesn't really matter. We could have let this resolve and then cast Dromoka's command and +1 their guy and have them sack it, but that doesn't really do much. So here we're just going to do this. We do need black, unfortunately. For Siege Rhino, and also to complete domain, and we'll put this in our hands. Escape Shift? Oh, Titan, oh boy. So this is probably over. Think, how do we get out of this? What can we draw to get out of this is my question. Leyline Binding, possibly? Yeah, that's not going to do it. Concede. What's going on here? Give me 1 second, guys. Sorry, I thought it was an emergency, but it's not. All right. And this is good. We're just going to speed this up. Triome. Breeding Pool, Draco, and then we have some removal spells here. We have a clock. We have some interaction, so we're in good shape here. Wouldn't mind drawing into a land. That would help us out a lot. Shock. Them shocking themselves and fetching helps us out a lot, actually. Okay, a land, that's pretty good. That's really good. going to grab a forest. We're going to play the Brawler. We want to preserve our life total. And we're going to keep up Stubborn Denial. They could play the Dryad, but that's okay. Next turn we can just Binding the Dryad and then keep our Stubborn Denial up. Yep. So just quick tip, guys. So normally the reason you want to get the Savai Triome into Breeding Pool, you want that combination, is because it leaves a blue up and allows you to leave a white or a red up. Which the other way it's kind of the same, but this gives you a little bit more options from what I was told. So we definitely want to take the Dryad here. Get in with these. And now we hang back with Stubborn Denial. Another one, okay. Okay, what are they going to kill here? They're probably going to kill this, which is fine. Counter this. We should be able to get there now. Attack with this. Bolt. Ooh, Dromoka's command too. Fortunately, we can't cast both, but it's alright. Alright, so we got there. Alright, so that was versus Escape Shift there. Rhino would have been good if we would have drawn into it, but it's okay, we did not. Wild Nacatl, still one of my favorite cards, really good card. That matchup is one of those matchups where I'm assuming it was a Scape Shift deck. It just could have been a Primeval Titan deck with no Scape Shift, which I think that's possible. Those matchups are okay for us. We just have to get rid of those Dryads. The Dryads are the things that kill us. The Prime Time is obviously a brutal card and it can kill us, but the Dryad can like wipe our board, it can kill us instantly. It's the earliest thing that comes onto the battlefield that causes a problem. The Titan, we can usually win the game before they get to that point, but you know, I feel like that deck requires like 2 cards at least most of the time to win the game. Like the Dryad on its own doesn't win the game, right? Like you need Valakut and then you need lands. And then Prime Time is a 6-drop, which you have to set up for it. So I think that we have a good matchup against that, as you saw there. Didn't really need to bring in much of the sideboard versus that deck. Just, you know, things to get rid of the Dryad, because that's the only real thing that can cause us an issue there. But overall, I like the deck. I like the way it's running. It runs nice and smooth. If you have any questions, comment at the bottom. Any misplays I would have made, any better plays, comment at the bottom. Let me know. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, hit that notification button. I post every day. And again, my friends, thank you guys for watching, and peace out.